welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy and welcome to the 2020-21 FIA Manufacturers series on Gran Turismo Sport. Tonight we are racing at Suzuka in the Group 4 car and I am in the People's Wagon. So stick around, check it out. Jumping right into qualifying. Very important to start of your lap. Get a good chicane. So I cut a chunk of the first part, cut a chunk of the second part, get on the gas in third gear. Come rocking and rolling out the other side. Get my nice mile per hour uppity up as I get started down this straight here at Suzuka. Heading into corner one. Gonna brake here right after the two little cones, right before the driveway, and just very easily downshift the gears and just gingerly roll through that first corner. Didn't even take it that good, to be honest with you. Could have took it with quite a bit more speed here. You just don't want to get ahead, or I guess a more appropriate word would be behind on these corners. They're like a slalom, really just a really big slalom. So you want to be on the back side of the exits, and that will help you get a good line into the next part of the S-curve. Getting on the brakes here before the 50 board. Take a nice chunk out of the first right-hander. Go down to third gear. I want to get it, on the throttle early, coming out of that second right-hander, heading towards the 180. And I've got a 10th up on my fastest time, so I feel pretty good about that. Brake there just before where the man's standing. Get it down on the curbing, roll back in the throttle. Get a nice exit out of the hairpin. So I'm feeling good about this lap. Binary Theory's about 2.5 tenths behind me, and he was in my slipstream to start that first qualifying lap, and he's nowhere around. So I have a good feeling that I'll probably be able to hold on to pole here, but I have had someone slip in front of me before in these B lobbies, so taking nothing for granted here. Again, a little conservative on the exit of Spoon there. Could have gotten a little more speed and touched that curbing a little bit more, but I want to stay on course, so not pushing all the limits here. Gonna just slight lift as I go around 130R. Then I'm going to get on the brakes here just after the double cones there, about the 125 meter mark. On the second, get a nice chunk out of the first chicane. Really cut that second one. All you need is the right tires on the Astro there. Get it over the right side, cut that distance down, take that autocross line. And man, I thought I had a 206 there, but it was a 207.052, but with no slipstream, so pretty happy about that. That puts me in pole position, which makes the old man happy because that means I can start out front, maybe get that victory, and then go to bed, because that's what us old people do. We just race. Some of us make videos, not all of us, and then we go to bed. So getting the start of the race, tire strategies galore. I mean, you have the racing soft, medium, and hard all available. Racing hard tires and racing medium tires are required, so at some point in the race you got to put them on. My softs were falling off about lap 6 to lap 7 on my front wheel drive car. The rear wheel drive cars, folks are generally speaking, were able to make them last a little bit longer. So 3-stop strategy, pretty common here. Now whether or not you want to start on the hard or the medium just kind of played into how you wanted your race to come out. Fuel, not a problem at all. No worries about fuel whatsoever. So really, it's just when you want to go on which tires when, if you want to look for that gap to jump off the track. And that's kind of what my plan was to try and put a gap here on P2 and jump into the pit when I had enough space that I knew I would come out in front. So there I am, sitting on pole position, Geauxgreddy with a 207.052 in the Sciracco. Then the RCZ behind me, a Binary Theory with that 207.593, followed by Space Lord with a 208.038 in the very cool liveried Viper there. Then Dusty V in the Mustang with a 208.130 in P4. P5 Skid Row 88.72 with a 208.402. Then J Leo Alas 98 in the Jag with a 208.757. Timmy O in the Magan with a 208.948. In P8 we have Vet Villain in the AVS liveried Lexus with a 209.101, followed by the Merc of Psycho Crowley with a 209.119. Then we've got 2 Bravo Grinch with a 209.391 in the Ferrari. And then Alexis of Arborman with a 209.433. P12 has Aaron Brosio with a 209.481. He is in the Aston Martin. Then we go get another Ferrari, Shido Shizero with a 209.542 in P13. P14 is Benello Ben with a 209.708 in the RCF. Rex Racer in P15 with the Aston Martin with a 209.947. Then in P16 we have IRL Isa Vinci with a 210.112. In P17 IRL Barber Boy in the Merc with a 210.143. Then we got a Mustang in P18 Dirty Hair, not air but hair. That's right. And then 19 Grumby Shield 4 with a 210.514 in the Cayman. And last but not least in 20th AE86 Kurt with a 210.990. And as I'm waiting to go, I noticed, did you ever notice the Ferris wheel is actually moving? Yeah, it's kind of cool. I wish GT Sport would put as much detail into their penalty system as they did the little Ferris wheel moving there. But I digress, as I am slowly working my way out of the B lobbies after my DR reset. I'm not angry at all. I'm not even a little bit. No, I'm perfectly happy down here in the place where I was about a year ago, I guess. I don't know. But we get the 3-2-1 start. I take off. I had a terrible gear selection by the game. So Binary Theory's RCZ is running me down as he wiggles back and forth to warm up the tires. It is important to take turn one with a little bit of caution. You got those cold tires. So I do so there. And the RCZ of Binary Theory is in the slipstream. So I do have to worry about him a little bit, as that RCZ is quick. It is the front wheel drive car. It is the OP machine here, along with the People's Wagon, the Sciracco that I am in, and the Audi TT. All three of those front wheel drive cars are the monsters of Suzuka. So it is nice to have the OP car to start the race. Must say I do enjoy being able to get out there and just kind of relax and know if I put down the laps, it's going to be pretty hard for other folks to catch me. So get on the brakes there before the double cones. As you can see, Binary really comes up fast on the rear end. Like I said, I was trying to get a good exit out of that corner, and he looked like he was trying to carry a little more speed through the corner. Of course, as everyone knows, the fastest way through a corner is, well, the least amount of time spent in the corner. So you want to go through it as quick as possible and carry as much speed out the other end. And it's always a balance of whether you should brake later or get on the gas earlier or whatever it may be. So heading into Spoon there, just going to try not to die, stay within myself. Looking up in the left-hand corner, I've got about 5/10 as we head towards 130R. So the dive bomb is in play if Binary Theory wants to go for it at the end of this, essentially almost a very long straight. You do have to lift here on 130R. In the practice lobby, you could keep it pinned as you went through there if you got it just right, but it was really risky if you tried it in here. So the RCZ really comes up on me fast there as we enter the chicane. I take a nice big chunk out of it on the exit and get a really sweet one at that. So pull out a couple more tenths there on Binary as we head down the Suzuka straight for lap number 2. I just need to break that slipstream now and pull away from him and start to put the pack behind me so that if I make a mistake, then I won't have to worry about anyone overtaking me. As you can see, the positions 3 through 4 are falling off of him, but you know that RCZ's got sweet moves. As you can see, he's coming around the corner there. He decides to give a little jookity-jook off into the sand and whips it right back on the track. So I think there was a little leg there. I was like, I thought he was gone. I thought he was out of there. And then he reappeared back in the middle of my mirror. So I was like, oh. But so no such luck there. But I do have the time between him and me up to a second. So slipstream no longer an issue. Head down towards the end of lap 2. Heading through Casio's triangle once again. Looking at the time differential. 1.067 seconds. That's what I like to see. Well out of the slipstream. As you look over here, I'm about 4 seconds on lap 5. And then it suddenly increases to 6.5, 6.9 seconds. So something has happened in the back of the pack there. As you can see, Binary Theory, as he enters Spoon, takes it a little too hot, gets out on the Astro, loses the car a little bit. He's going to get out on the sand. That is not the fast line, folks. Comes back on the track, and he is going to get caught by J. Leo, and Speed Lord. Or, yeah, Space Lord, not Speed Lord. I'm Speed Lord, damn it. No. So, Space Lord and J. Leo in front of Binary Theory now, as he has made a mistake. So he also has that OP car, and basically all he had to do was just not make any mistakes, and P2 would have been him, or rather would have been his. So consistency, always key. So we'll fast forward here to the end of lap 7. This is where I want to get off the tires. You can see in the lower left corner, they are starting to hurt pretty bad, and I'm starting to lose time as I got a 9-second gap to P2, and that's exactly what you need to be able to come out of the pit in front of somebody. So pit crew jumps on it real super quick, like you can see there, and they spit me right out the other end, and I am hoping and praying that I'm able to come out in front of J. Leo, who stayed out. Now look at the gap decrease quickly as he comes up on me, sends it around the outside on the worn softs. I give him some room out there. He's rear end wiggles around, so I know he can't make it stick as he comes out the other side because he was over there and all that crap that you don't want to be in. So let's take another look at J. Leo as he comes down the straight. He sees Geauxgreddy. He's in the pit. He's licking his chops. He's thinking, I'm going to take P1, mama. Look at me. And there comes the old people's wagon, the Sciracco. Right there on the inside, right where I need to be. The rear end starts sliding around a little bit. He gives me room on the inside. I give him room on the outside, but he just can't hold that outside line with those old worn tires. Now all I got to do is just hit my apexes, put the distance between me and P2, get out of that slipstream once again, take the dive bomb out of play, take the possible penalty out of play, just take anything out of anyone else's hands out of play. That's what you want to do in GT Sport. You don't want anything else in anyone else's hands because, man, that's when you get those DR resets, and it doesn't take much, trust me. So get out of that slipstream. Fast forward to lap number 14. It's time for pit stop number 2. I got 39-second lead. I come out, and it's still a 39-second lead as the folks behind me also jumped in the pits. So no issues this time. Don't have to race anyone around turn 1, and I like that a lot. So fast forward on to lap number 17. I have a 32-second lead. I jump into the pits again. Go for the hard tires, as that's my last set of tires I got to get. So I had the mediums on the lap before there. And all I got to do is finish out this last lap to close out the victory and hopefully get the trifecta, the pole position, fastest lap, and the race win. So you can see me come through Casio's one last time, just taking chunks out of the corners like I was doing all race long. Come around the final corner here, heading down the straight, cross the line. We get the victory once again for Volkswagen. So able to get it done there. Space Lord comes in second, Binary Theory in third. There it is, the Sciracco. In the winner's circle, didn't get a whole bunch of points for VW, for my Manufacturers series, but did enjoy getting the win. I think that's, might even be a back-to-back-to-back. I'm not sure. I might have won 3 in a row there. So there it is. 132 points on the evening. I will put that in the bank, go make my video, and then take my old butt to bed so I can get up and go to work in the morning. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more. For myself, Geauxgreddy, y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.